guys, welcome back to our channel. Today we are starting this garden tour inside because I wanted to show you what we harvested over the weekend. It wasn't much, but we're super excited about it because it's the first things really that we've harvested besides peas. Look at potatoes and cucumbers. There's not many potatoes, but it might be enough for a meal for Chris and I. But look how good they look. I think next year, instead of only doing one grow bag, I'm definitely going to do a couple because we love potatoes. Give me all the carbs. All right, let's take a walk outside and see what's going on out there. All right, if you can see behind me, some of the stuff is looking pretty sad. I'm thinking it might have got too hot on this porch because if you can see, everything kind of turned a weird color and they're just not really growing at all. Licorice basil, same thing. These bottom leaves are very light. I think these pots are not working out for this. The anise, which is pretty much dead. This lavender though is doing really good. It's about the only thing. It smells so good. The caraway and the chamomile. I'll probably harvest this maybe one or two more times. And then the dandelion greens, which I haven't done a thing with, but I also don't think they're really growing. I've seen some people's videos where they are this big for one plant. I actually haven't taken you guys around the garden since the first week in July. And here it is, almost August. So let's show you what everything on the side of the garage has been up to. You can see these wildflowers here are kind of a little crazy. The borage, my daughter has been loving. The oxalis back here is kind of being shaded from these big sunflowers. But you can see the sunflowers look pretty good. It is super hot and super muggy here in upstate New York today. And the sun is setting. Let's show you guys what we got. And there's a creeper chicken over here. I'll see if you can find it. One good thing is that when they're over there, they tend to go after the slugs that are on the leaves. I'm sure it looks a lot different than last time you saw it a few weeks ago. In this one was a few beets. We had picked those. There was just two. They were actually out of the ground. The two tomatoes there, doing pretty good. Starting to get little fruits on them. The flowers in the containers are looking a little rough. So if you remember, on these trellises here, this first arch trellis, I had my peas. Peas are no more. On this side is the squash, and one is starting to vine up the trellis here, but the rest have just taken over this other half of this bed. And behind me, these are cucumbers, which are looking a little crazy, but look at that. We've harvested probably a half a dozen cucumbers. This weekend, I came out, oh, look at this one. And there's one down there. I came out with my daughter because a few days ago I had noticed squash bugs for the first time ever in my life. I've seen them in Facebook groups and Facebook videos. Never had I ever seen one. The only pest we really had a problem with here were the Japanese beetles and the tomato hornworms. I had cucumber beetles and squash bugs on top of that this year. So I picked a bunch off, put on my gloves, and I could just look for the dead leaves, and I knew there were gonna be squash bugs on those leaves. So sent them to their death. Don't pests know? Like, don't mess with me. They did not get the memo. And then on the other side of the squash is my watermelon. So it's been pretty hot and rainy here recently. So my watermelon plants are looking a little rough. They've bounced back a little bit, but I will show you the melons. I'm not even sure if they were growing in the last garden walk video, so you can check them out. So these are the plants. They're looking a little rough towards the bottom. Leaves are a little droopy. I will water them tonight because it's still so hot right now. But this is one of Molly's Moon and Stars. And then this is a Crimson Sweet. And they're kind of just, they stopped growing. They've been this height for maybe a week or so. And all these flowers turned brown. So I don't know if it's from pest or if there's an issue with the plants and they're lacking something. And then my carrots, I still don't know what I'm doing with those. And then these are the squash. And is it normal? See all those? Do the flowers just fall off? My chickens have not gotten that one yet. So I'm trying to protect it from my chickens. Now in the bed behind the squash is the broccoli, which, if you can see, I ripped all but one plant out. So this little plant here, this is 2. I believe it's the Calabrese broccoli. Only had heads about this big, and that was it. Only one little head. And this broccoli here is the purple broccoli. It's up to my chest and no heads. If you can see my cucumbers, the broccoli was actually blocking my cucumbers. So I took it out. I was just getting so frustrated with it. Broccoli is my favorite vegetable, so it's a little sad, but I kept that one. I'm gonna see how it does. I might try to plant another batch. All right, and these berries here, where are they? Can you see them? We have blackberries. Let me show you guys. I don't eat these, so I will save this one for Chris. And let's continue on. So on this trellis, these cucumbers were the ones that I battled and discovered the squash bugs. It is so humid and muggy right now. I'm a sweaty mess. So I picked off all of the dead leaves. I looked under the leaves for egg sacs. And there's actually quite a few cucumbers on here. These cucumbers over here are taking their sweet time. This is the bed that we battled the slugs in. I do have one going up. I think these are the burpless cucumbers. Let me show you. I'd have to look at my journal to see. They don't have the, little spikes on them. And the sunflowers that I planted, let me show you, because I did not plan this bed out very good. Because these sunflower leaves are as big as my damn head. Let me show you. Look at them. And I actually even cut some of the bottom stems off. These are the beans. We tried to tie them up. This tomato plant is just all up in its space. There's quite a few tomatoes on that. The purple Royal Burgundy. Look at these. How beautiful is that? And then the contender bush just starting to really produce. But those are some massive beans. Then over here, I saw the Purple Beauty, which if you look at this stem, it's just all kinds of crooked. I don't know what way. It starts down here and comes up and then goes that way. I mean, it's all the way over there. Clearly, I didn't take care of this one as good as I should have. This one's looking pretty good. And then the nasturtiums have like tripled in size. So because I'm on this, edible flower kick, every time one of my friends comes over to my house, I make them try a borage and I try to get them to try a nasturtium. Most everyone likes the borage. The nasturtiums, I guess, are acquired taste. Not everyone is a fan of those. I'm jealous of everybody on their boats right now. I wish we were on our boat right now. On the pontoon. Because it's hot out here, guys. Like, upstate New York people, we're not made for this. Over here. Oh, wonderful. Look at my beans. Bean. 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 My beans are gone. So I'm thinking something was in there eating them. Actually I can see little like places in the mulch where it looks like something put some pressure down. Every morning I come out, there's a bunny that just hops right away. Guess I'll let that one go because I do have more beans in this. I think there's 6 or 8 bean plants there. So sad as that is, my corn, thought it was a bug. It's just a lightning bug. Go home, lightning bug, you're drunk. It's not dark yet. So this corn is maybe 3 feet tall. I'm guessing this is good. The corn has this. Don't we need this to grow corn? I don't know. I didn't have successful corn last year. I don't know. But all but the really tiny, like 2-foot stalks have that on the top. So is that good? Am I gonna get corn this year? Peppers are starting to get bushy and get some flowers. Finally, it's almost August. Thanks for catching up finally. All the peppers are looking good. This basil is looking pretty good. The flowers are looking good. And then the tomatoes. So that thing is taller than me. But can you see all those tomatoes on all these plants? Romas and San Marzanos. And these 2 plants are white cherries, which it looks like they're starting to turn color. Oh no! Guys! Look at you, dirty dog. I literally just said to Chris that we have not had any damage on our tomatoes from hornworms. I have been obsessively checking them because last year all of our tomatoes got eaten by those little jerks. If you hear that noise, it's just my knees creaking. I had a killer workout at the gym today. So I see some poop on here. And there's some damage. I'm thinking we're gonna have to come back out tonight. But that guy I can see, and he is going away. Don't come in my garden. Come at me, bro. I almost feel like it's not moving. I feel like it knows that it's caught red-handed and it's busted. And I feel like there's gonna be one down here because I see some poop on a leaf and some damage. I'm gonna have to come out here after dark. Let me show you these guys. Anyway, moving on. I will be back for you. I actually taught Chris how to look for caterpillars and such. I was like, just look for the poop. So now, over on my sunflowers the other day, he was like, caterpillar poop. And I was like looking, and this white fuzzy caterpillar was underneath. I was like, look at you. All right, let me show you guys this crazy bed. These are the zinnias and the calendula. These are the Black Beauty tomatoes. Getting quite a few on there. But you don't see any damage on these. Same on here. These are looking pretty. Oh no! Guys! Look at this! Do you see him? I knew my time was coming. Well, it looks like Chris and I are gonna go hornworm hunting tonight. Oh, he is feasting on this, dude. Look at him. Oh, I'm sorry. Were you eating my tomato, jerk? These are more beans in here, mixed in with the marigolds and the cucumbers. These beans are just starting to produce as well. Little teeny tinies. These cucumbers are looking good. Starting to trellis up. So I just called Chris out to the garden. I got a cup for the hornworms and my gloves. I said, can you meet me outside in the garden and bring a pair of tongs? He's like, tongs? Okay, sounds interesting. So he has no idea what we're doing, and he knows how hard we battled with these guys last year. All right, can you see this sweat? Look at it. It is so hot out here. Let me show you. After looking, we're gonna come back out with the black light because I'm gonna die out here. So Chris said, we got the black lights, let's just come back out later tonight. So that's what we're gonna do. Let me show you how many we got just with a quick look. 4. And there really wasn't too much damage. We are going to give them to our chickens. Last year, the chickens didn't want to eat them. So we'll try again. They're starting to head back into the run and coop for the night. So hang on one second. So we'll see if they want to eat these. Guys, it's so hot out. I don't know how you guys do it. So we just dump them right there. All right, thanks girls. Thanks for doing your job. I appreciate it. Love you. All right, so that is the walk around the homestead. I'm sure everything looks so different from the beginning of the month. I wanted to do these weekly, but it's been very hot and rainy, and we've just been really busy at the shop. So here's my handsome man. So thanks for checking out the last garden walk of July, and we will see you in the garden in August.